I would say based off of the injury that he has sustained, combined with the fact that you got Aaron Rodgers making $33.5 million and you got Russell Wilson making $35 million. Jeff Saturday, educate me and tell me what's the insult about Dak Prescott getting $38 million. As opposed to the $39 million that Deshaun Watson is getting, or closer to the $45 million of a Patrick Mahomes. Deshaun Watson is a stud, and he's healthy, not coming off an injury. That justifies his money. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't have to justify his money. Aaron Rodgers should be getting paid more money. Russell Wilson, one could argue, should be getting paid more money, and they're getting less. Dak Prescott has a couple, he's got a couple of playoff appearances and a playoff victory on his resume, okay? They also have a situation where he was in the lineup when they missed out on the playoffs last year because they wet the bed. They lost every game from Thanksgiving, one of the greatest holiday seasons of my career, Jeff Saturday. They lost every game from Thanksgiving through Christmas. I mean, it was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I've never wanted to see Cowboy fans more in my life. I was looking for them. I actually put out an APB for Cowboy fans. I was looking for them all over the place, okay? So this is what happened. Dak Prescott was in the lineup on the field when those things happened. And so we have to remember that. And so, okay, Dak Prescott, we understand that, the market gives you what the market gives you. You get what you can. We get it. But it's not like it's the end of the world if they said, okay, $40 million is a bit steep. We want to sit up there and we think it's around the price of $38 million. Your franchise tag would have you at 37. We'd give you 38. We don't think you deserve more than Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes. I don't see anything wrong with that right now, guys.
Man, listen, first of all, you're dirty for doing the Cowboys like you just did. Just bringing up old stuff, just trying to little jabs on the way in.
I'm a truth teller,
with
Jeff.
This franchise in the disarray they're in right now that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones have brought on themselves this craziness they pulled on. Listen, we could have had this conversation in 2019, and I would have agreed with you. 2020, you could have persuaded me to, again, agree with you, Stephen A. 2021, ain't no way I'm agreeing with you. If I'm Dak Prescott, I have all the leverage right where I want it. I can sit here and play for this franchise tag. I will have made just under $70 million for the last 2 years, and I'm going to go somewhere and probably get $40 million a year. If I want to play for the Cowboys for 3 years at 40, guess what, Jerry? I earned it because I waited you out and I won the poker game, baby. You bluffed, I called your bluff, and now we're pushing all the chips all in, and I won. And if I'm Dak Prescott, that's exactly what I'm doing. And to your point, the one thing the Cowboys understand, why is the pressure so vital for them? Because the division is so bad. You're basically guaranteeing yourself a home playoff game the next 2 to 3 years if you sew up with Dak Prescott and get this team right. The issue was he's throwing for 500 yards. He's throwing for all these numbers before he gets injured. He's putting all this stuff. He's the only reason you're not getting totally blown out with as bad as your defense has played. If you can tweak that and get a little bit right, you're 9-7, 10-6 the next couple of years. You are literally printing money if you're Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. The conversation should have been had in 2019, 2020. 2021, you're paying me every dime I want and how I want because that's where I am. Otherwise, I'm going to wait it out. All this sign and trade nonsense, why? Why would I have to do it? I'm going to wait a whole nother year. I'm going to get you again. I'm going to wait a whole nother year and see where I sit and which organization needs me. There are too many teams in the NFL, Max and Stephen A., that need quarterbacks of this quality. Is he a top 5 quarterback? No. You don't got to be. Kirk Cousins just showed everybody. You don't got to be a top 10 quarterback and club him over the head. Dak is a top 10 quarterback. He has waited his time. Now it's time to pay that man his money. I'm excited to see it.
Okay, but let me ask a question. So let's say, for example, they don't pay him his money and they franchise tag him for this upcoming season at $37 million. Where does that leave him after next season? Is he unrestricted at that particular moment in time?
Yeah, unless they want to franchise him again. He's sitting pretty, man.
Stop right there.
That's
right there. Unless they want to franchise tag him again. So once again, you'd have to go on the field. Right? And you got to hope and pray that another nasty injury doesn't take place while you've got the long-term issues to deal with.
Wait, Stephen A.
He just made.
Stephen A.
Listen,
Time out.
Hold on.
He was franchised last year. He would be franchised this year.
Yeah,
if he was franchised this year, what would that?
So he'll make $70 million over the 2 tagged years.
Exactly.
If he gets a third one, he's making over $50 million for that tag. Over $50 million. Think about what that does to that cap.
Wow.
So you are crushing that team,
in 3 years,
you're
that's
sitting
40
there
a
getting paid.
year.
Oh, yeah, you just did it.
Right.
You just did
this
the math
is my
for
point,
me,
Stephen A. If you look at it, he'll make his 120 in 3 years. Last year, by the way, the franchise tag, fully guaranteed. He got hurt early in the season, collected $32 million. This year, if he gets hurt again, he gets another 37. There's 70. If he gets 50, there's 120. Or what you could do right now if you're the Cowboys is lock him up for 120 for the following 3 years, be rid of the problem now and run the NFC East.
Yep.
Or at least offensively put yourself in a position to run the NFC East. Stephen A., I thought, listen, this is too much to give a quarterback who's not actually the elite of the elite. But the situation the Cowboys are in now, they got to give him his money.
Well,
I really think, Jeff, that Jerry strings this along just to keep us talking about them.
I didn't sit up there and say that they shouldn't give him his money, because what I'm saying is the question was whether he was worth it. When I'm thinking in terms of you being worth it, I'm comparing you to the other guys. Of course, they're in a pinch because of how they negotiated themselves, and they hurt themselves, the Cowboys, and we're all good with that because we know that Dak Prescott deserved better from Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones up to this point. What I'm saying, however, is that we're walking around talking about Dak Prescott like there are no risk involved. And I think that when you're looking for a long-term deal, there is some risk, particularly in the sport of football and particularly when you're coming off such a nasty injury like he just had. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.